Everyone's life revolves around their dreams. There will be no desire to pursue if there are no aspirations to seek, and there will be no aim to strive towards. We must decide what we want to achieve and then pursue that goal. We can't do anything in life unless we have our own objectives. These goals enable us to dream. Every person has dreams in life. We all dream of becoming like someone who influence and inspire us. When I was a little boy, I lived across the sea with my grandparents. I didn't have many friends back then. I just have my little brother. So we made friends with the sea. We just fell in love with it and thought about never letting go of the sea from an early age. By that time, I knew I want to become a seafarer. Then on, every day, I lived on that dream. There are lots of people who aspire to become a seafarer. Driven by their goals and ambitions, they choose to take the path, even though life on board can be very hard and risky. For most people, thinking of a life at sea conjures up images of adventure, excitement, and even glamour. But the opposite is often the case. Seafarers are considered as global heroes. They have a unique contribution to international trade, world economy, and civil society. Let's keep the seafarer in the forefront of our minds and allow individuals globally to recognize and learn from these brave heroes. Whether a seafarer is an officer, master, or AB, everyone plays a vitally important role. Seafarers are heroes. Seafarer matters. Master. He is responsible for the safe and efficient operation of the ship, including its seaworthiness, safety and security, cargo operation, navigation, crew management and legal compliance, and for the persons and cargo on board. Chief Mate. The second in command. He is directly responsible for all deck operations, including cargo storage and handling, deck maintenance, and deck supplies. Chief Mate is also in charge of the second and third officers and deck hands, and undertakes bridge watches, as well as being responsible for the security of the vessel and environmental awareness. Second Mate. He takes specific responsibility for navigation, the upkeep of charts and software. He also oversees navigation and radio equipment and undertake bridge watches at sea. Third Mate. The first post-certification appointment for a former officer cadet. The third mate undertakes bridge watches and understudies the second officer. He is also responsible for making sure that the firefighting equipment and lifeboats are in order. Deck Cadet. An apprentice who has learned the basic duties of a deck officer on board a ship. He assists and understudies the ship's deck officers in their duties, including the preparation of voyage report, vessel's passage plan, daily position reports, and the info sheet of pilot. They also maintain the bridge emergency signals and communications. Chief Engineer. He is the head of the engine department of the ship. It is his duty to ensure that the engine room machinery works properly for a smooth voyage. It is the responsibility of the chief engineer to supervise and look after the safety of the maritime professionals working in the engine room. Second engineer is a licensed member of the engineering department. He is responsible for supervising the daily maintenance and operation of the engine department. They report directly to the chief engineer. A second engineer has to be familiar with their ship's system, repair schedules, and test results obtained from oil or water samples. Third engineer. He is usually in charge of boilers, fuel, auxiliary engines, condensate and feed systems, and is the third most senior engine officer on board. Fourth engineer. As in charge of purifier, compressor, and machinery other than main engine, auxiliary engine and boiler, he is responsible for record keeping of machinery running hours under his charge and also for executing planned maintenance routine under the supervision of chief or second engineer. Engine cadet. Basically a trainee and he's on board to learn while working and assisting. His daily routine starts with taking various daily logs from the different machines in engine room. He will get involved in work in the control room under the supervision of the engineering officers. Now you already know the duties and responsibilities of a seafarer on board. The question is, do you want to become a seafarer? We honor the sacrifices of seafarers who execute one of the world's most difficult occupations. Without them, global trade would have stalled. People would be devoid of their basic essentials, and some countries would struggle to live. As an aspiring seafarer, we salute you.